Before moving to Korea, I thought my life would look like a K drama: beautiful cafes, perfect skincare, amazing food, and exciting adventure every day. But after living here for over 2 years, I realized the reality is a very bit different. And before moving to the video, I would like to request you guys, like, if you like this type of version of my sitting and talking to you, probably in English, not in Hindi. I mean, थोड़ा थोड़ा हिंदी भी बात कर लेंगे. It's not like big issue, but there are a lot of people who are commenting on my videos that people are watching from different parts of the world, and even in India, like not everyone speak in Hindi. There are southern part people also. So I will try to speak in English more in general so that every people can understand what I mean through this video and other videos. So let's get started. Hi, I am Mansi. I am an international student from India studying in Korea. And today I want to talk about the things nobody tells you before you move to Korea. Don't get me wrong, Korea is one of the safest and most beautiful countries I have experienced. The public transport is incredible. The streets are clean and there are opportunity I could never imagine back in India, to be honest. Like here, after moving here, there are things which I really don't know about it and I got to know here. So it's like a self growth. Okay, so let's talk about the most interesting and for me stressing part, the Korean. Okay. One thing I understand was the language barrier. Even simple things like going to the hospital, like went with my friend, but yeah, opening a bank account or understanding university announcement can feel overwhelming. There were days when I felt frustrated because I couldn't express in Korean. Yeah, like it's so hard. I mean, even in the language here, it's so hard for me because it's so depressing. I'm sorry for the like sound. Okay, so it's really depressing, and I literally not in a depression, but yeah, I was feeling like a failure. And obviously the curriculum is very different than India, but to be honest it's like much easier in university, but comparing to my language school it's a bit hard because Korean is way difficult than I think it. Sorry, I thought it. The language school and the language barrier is really hard, guys, like really hard. For me, the language is something which is, I don't know how to express this. I was feeling depressed. I was at the sake that I am a failure. I feel like a failure at that point of time because I'm not coping up with the language school. I try to learn the language, and the basic advice I always wanted to give you guys that please study Korean before coming here. A bit, a small thing. Don't do the mistake like me. I was literally struggling to cope up with all the syllabus, to cope up with all the classmates, and I was literally in a depressing stage of my whole Korea journey. I never felt so bad, so failure like, because as a student in India, I was always not to be claim myself, but yeah, I feel like I was a bright student in India, and I literally matters my study a lot. Like study is something which really gives me a power, which like knowledge, everything. I feel like the women who stood up for their self to study is like incredible. They are the most strongest women, I would say. Not just women, if I like just human being. S- Guys study, like I would always recommend you to please study to get yourself educated. This is the smallest thing you can achieve in your life without to do any big thing. Nowadays knowledge is really important. So what I was saying that in India I was really a good student, not an average student, like or not even a very bright student, but yeah, in like a between average and bright student, which is like a more normal general people. But yeah, I would say like above average and up like below, a small bit below than that. So yeah, like and so in Korea, when I was moved to Korea when I was in the first year, I study Korean language, and in the starting it was okay, but gradually the level goes up, and I was feeling I don't know how to. I was studying through YouTube videos. I was studying like in the classes. I am attentive, but still I don't know what is happening. And my score is not getting up, and due to which I was struggling a lot. And also the teacher all like don't speak in English. They only speak in Korean, even if they are like like this is the reality. Like if you are going to study in Korea, most of the Korean schools like not letting you speak in English because there are people around the world who are learning Korean and they don't know English, so they try to speak in English so that people can understand, every people can understand, not just the English, those who those who know English. So yeah, that's the issue. And also through YouTube videos, because it's a very different language is not easy, you have to understand because everything is so different than your language. So yeah, English is something which we study from the starting, so it's easy for us because we gradually study from like a kid. So that's the reason I was struggling a lot, because I have just 1 year to do language and then I will move to my university, and that's the time and that's the hardest part of my Korean language. That's the hardest part of my Korea journey. So that's what I wanted to say, that please study Korean if you or like any language, like if you're moving to another country and if the country is in English, hands down guys, hands down, you are saved. But if the country in like in their own language, like mostly Korea is a country which like don't speak in English often, so yeah, that's the issue. So learn Korean before coming here or learn any other language. If you're moving to other country, like if you're going to Germany, learn German. If you're going to China, learn Chinese. Learn it. For me, growth is like not a drastic change. Obviously, it gradually changes in my routine. But something beautifully happens when you step outside your comfort zone. I have become more independent, more confident, and stronger than I thought I possible be. I have met amazing people, attended incredible events, and created memories that I will carry forever. Let's talk about loneliness. This is probably the hardest part. When you move abroad, you leave behind your family, your friends, and everything familiar, or maybe you can say your loved ones. Sometimes you are surrounded by people but still feel lonely. There were moments when I miss my home and I still miss them, to be honest. Korea taught me the growth is not always comfortable. Sometimes it's learning a new language, sometimes it's eating alone, and sometimes it's figuring out everything like by yourself. But every challenge teaches you something. So, what's the truth about studying in Korea? It's not perfect, it's not always easy. But for me, it has been one of the most life-changing experience of my life. And if I had to like do it again, if I had a chance to do it again, and if someone asked me, will you do it again? Yes, I will. Not in Korea, maybe, or maybe other country, but yeah. And most probably the amazing part, if you're thinking about studying in Korea, I hope this video helps you see both the beautiful and difficult sides of the journey. Obviously, I didn't talk about in detail. I talk about briefly about my journey, not journey like my growth. So yeah guys, that's it for the video and I hope you guys like it.